You've identified your audience, you've started to figure out a little bit about them, you've started to see some of the areas where you might be able to target them and some of the places where you might be able to find them as well. But your messaging needs to be right too. And there are lots of things you can do to refine your messaging, but this is just one thing that is quite a quick way to start to get some traction, and it's looking at pains and gains. So when we purchase something, if you can tap into the emotions, that's when it becomes really powerful. Typically when we buy something, it's because it's something that we need. It's a must-have item, not something we want, but something, a necessity. Or it might be something that provides a significant convenience in our lives, or it might be that it solves a problem. And there are pains. They're the pains that your product or service is going to solve for people. And we move on to the other side of the coin, which is the gains. And that's where you start to tell them how you're going to solve that problem. And ideally, you shape that into a benefit. And where this helps with your messaging is not in a really literal way. You're not going to go to people, oh, you've got this horrible problem and my product or service is wonderful and it'll fix it for you. It's not that literal, not really a tactic or a messaging tactic that works very well. But when you can start to identify the audience and identify the problem they've got, you can start to offer them that solution in a benefit and a value-laden way. So if your audience is right, you don't need to tell them the problem that they've got, because you're targeting the right people. They've got that problem. You don't need to tell them they've got that problem. You just need to target them with the right messaging so that they're aware that you can solve it in a really amazing way.